School of African ethnic baby wearing. Bira music. Wengara mpira vibe. My name is Melissa Mchaneta Vandira Budding. I was born in Zimbabwe and in a very small village called Chivi in Masvingo. That's where I grew up. It was a very remoted village, and growing up there was such a nice experience as a child. I had most of my childhood there, and of course half of my childhood in Harare. So when I was 22, I left Zimbabwe. I came with my brother to the Netherlands. He was working here. And now I've been living in the Netherlands for the past 22 years as well. So almost half of my life here, half of my life in Zimbabwe. So when my child was born in 2008, I started practicing baby wearing that I always did, helping my mom when she had twins when I was young. Yes, I gave birth through cesareans, all 3 children. So it took me time to recover. I'm still recovering, actually. And of course, breastfeeding took a lot of energy. But I'm proud. As an African woman who came to stay in the Netherlands, I thought the whole society expects you to have lost weight up to a certain size. But what is that size? Size 38? Come on. As an African woman, I have another build. I'm built differently. So it took me time to realize that I'm beautiful the way I am. I only needed to be fit. That's all what we want. I think telling this to many women in the world has become an important message that losing weight is not only to look thin like what you see on the catwalk in Milan, but to feel fit. And the one who finds you beautiful belongs to you in a relationship. So young children should not think they should lose weight up to a certain size of their clothes. Juma nervous red. Ah, tu, ah, tu. Chibakera chedu eat. Bama yedu eat. Utsu yedu eat. Karishane yedu. Take a head. I've discovered how hard it is to teach my children my own language, my culture, especially in a country where schools do not offer African history at school. So, but I try my best. I think in the future we will try to make this happen.
Hi, this is Melissa Pudding from Bereika. I just wanted to show you how the Bereko works, and it's just like, you know, the cars, they all have 4 wheels, and it depends on how you want to use your car. If you are only going to use it for groceries from one point to another, then you just...
The reason why baby wearing has become very important is because you realize that people in Europe are living very individualistic. People do their own thing. Families, they live far away from one another. And I think it's important for people to bond, you know, to have a family thing that we just have in Africa. In Africa, women help one another from birth to taking care of their children, so you will never feel alone. So introducing this to Europe or Western cultures is important. Yes, baby wearing existed. Baby wearing has been practiced decades. It started long time ago in African countries, in Asian countries. But do not forget that in European countries, they dropped it because Queen Elizabeth came up with a baby carrier with wheels. So that makes now that we Africans have to teach Europeans and Western people how to carry babies. Western people. I think also the behavior from day to day, childhood, growing up, bringing up, they have a certain way of living compared to African people. So in a way, for instance, if I take the way we eat in Africa, the way we cook in Africa, the way we grow up our foods, our seasons, most of the things are different. So when you suddenly leave or start living in Europe, everything changes. The torso baby wearing is also very special because you can wear your baby without using shoulders. So that's the reason why Africans have a different behavior, different posture compared to Western people. I think also the behavior from day to day, childhood, growing up, bringing up, they have a certain way of living compared to African people. So in a way, for instance, if I take the way we eat in Africa, the way we cook in Africa, the way we grow up our foods, our seasons, most of the things are different. So when you suddenly leave or start living in Europe, everything changes. The way you eat, the way the food is processed. Definitely something to try to know why things are so different. Very important.
their traditions. Mental and physical diseases and disharmony I see in the society around me. People drinking perhaps too much. People watching television perhaps too much. Diseases running through and obliterating mind and soul. This I don't exempt myself from. I have seen these things in my brothers and sisters. All their families swept up in this typhoon change. And what can rest and heal the spirit in these great times of change? It is Mbira in my life that has become a bridge with the healing water that is restoring body and soul, earth and air, and turning enemies to friends. These simple Mbira songs and rhythms strike deep into the soul of the individual ego and calls them to reunite with the soul of the earth, to restore harmony within themselves. I am including myself in this great song, for it is through me that the songs of my ancient people resonate.